Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you watched my last video, I did a Focallure makeup haul. So today we're going to be testing them all out. So I haven't got anything on my face now. They didn't have a primer, or if they did have a primer, I didn't buy one. So I have just prepped my skin now with serums and stuff, so hopefully that'll act as a really nice base, and then we'll put the foundation on. So yeah, if you didn't see that video, I will link it in the description box. So to start off with, I bought a makeup sponge from them and I've wet it and it's grown absolutely huge. When I originally first got this out, it felt quite stiff, but now that I've put water on it, it's really soft and squishy. So I got two of the foundations. I got the lightest shade, which is Pearl, and then I got shade 4, which is shade Shell. So I got this, I think because the second and third shade didn't look right to me. I'm not sure if they were like too pink or too yellow and this was more neutral. I can't really remember. So I thought we'll just do a little swatch on the side of the face and see what they look like. So if you want to know prices for these, check out that other video. I used a discount code on the website, so you can always Google discount codes, and I have a link down below. I'm not sure if that gives you anything, but you can try it anyway. So, and I also have a video of the Focallure Sunrise palette, which I love, which is like an alternative to the Huda New Nudes palette. So let's try with the fairest shade first. So this is shade Pearl. So let's have a look. They do have a pump on these, which is really good. And these are matte foundations. They do have other foundations which are dewier. So let's have a look at this shade. So this is very fair. Okay, so this is the next shade, which is Shell. And this one's like quite a bit darker. So they're the two shades that I got. So I've just zoomed you in so you can really see. But yeah, neither of these are like my shade. So I think I'm just going to mix the two to get like my perfect shade. So I have just mixed the two shades on the back of my hand. So I hope I've got enough to do my face with, and I hope it's actually a good colour. So let's have a look. I think it's okay. So normally on one of like my foundation reviews, I do like one side of my face with a brush and one with a sponge, but because we're testing Focallure makeup today and I've only got a sponge, we're just going to use the sponge. Light layer on. I had more on my forehead and you can definitely see there's a lot more coverage on there. However, I have still got spots here and here that you can still see. So this foundation actually does claim to be full coverage. I'm just reading like off my phone. So it says it's a naturally long wear matte but not flat finish, just like your skin but better. It does say effortlessly fades blemishes away and uneven skin tone. So my blemishes are still there, so that's not great at the moment. So it says it's perfect for normal combination oily skin type, so pretty much every skin type, and except dry, so maybe don't try this if you're dry, but people with dry skin don't tend to go for a matte foundation anyway. And it comes in 20 shades, so the full coverage is not quite there yet. I'm going to put a little bit more on and just see if I can build it up. Okay, so this is the level of coverage, and that's after I've built it up a little bit. So I kind of think it looks a little bit yellow in real life. I don't know how it's going to look on camera, but I don't think it's full coverage. I think it's getting there. Maybe if you built it up and put a lot more on, you could get full coverage, but it does feel very lightweight, like it was saying. Okay, so the next product we're going to try is the concealer. It just has Focallure and concealer on it. I have got the shade 02 Light Cream, and when I looked at the pictures on the website, it's because the first one, like the first shade, looked a little bit darker to me. So I don't know if that was like an undertone, like this is maybe a little bit more yellow and the other one was more pink, because sometimes pinker shades can appear a little bit darker, or I think they can anyway. So I've got this to try out. Now this says it's hydrating and full coverage, so I will be using that sponge to put it on and then we'll have a look. the concealer on, and I do think it's done a very good job of covering. I think it blended out really nicely. It's covered up my redness on my nose, which is really good. The only thing I'd say is that it matches the shade of foundation that I have mixed. If I was to use like this light shade on its own, it would be too dark. So I know it is shade 2, but like, and not shade 1, which would assume would be the lightest and would probably match with this. I'm not sure, but yeah, I would only buy this shade if you are like shade 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't buy it if you are the shade 1. So the next thing to try is the face powder. So it just looks like this. There were a few face powders, but I picked this one because it looked the lightest. So it has a little puff on the inside, which is dead cute, and then it has like a seal and then like the dots inside. So I prefer massively when the powders come like this, because you can just tap them out and use a little bit, whereas a few powders that I've been using lately have like the netting in and you dip your brush into them, and I've broken a few of them because I've been like too heavy handed. So I'm going to use the sponge again, and I'm just going to stipple that onto the face. Gone in with the powder, and I always go a little bit heavy and then dust off the excess and any kind of bakage, but it's done a good job of mattifying my skin. Like, the foundation was matte anyway, but you know, I just like to make it last as long as I can. So yeah, I think it looks a good shade now. Okay, so my eyes look a little bit crazy right now. I've just done them off camera because I have used the Focallure Sunrise palette, and I do have a dedicated video to this palette, so we'll link that in the description box. So it's like a dupe for the Huda New Nude, and it is so good. Like, I've just done this look. I know it's like very crazy, but I wanted to use one of the liquid eyeshadows that I got in the haul, so we will put that on now. So I got 2 of the liquid eyeshadows, and I thought because I've done a lot of pink, I'm going to stay away from this pink, and I'm going to use the gold. So what I'm going to do is I don't think I'm going to paint it on my eyes with the applicator. I'm just going to paint it on with a Doll Beauty brush and then just kind of cut a crease with it. Okay, so I have zoomed you in right now. I didn't pick up any eyebrow products, so I haven't done my eyebrows. So some of the things that I didn't pick up, I will be just doing off camera. So I've put some on my brush. So let's see. Oh, that looks lovely. Can you see that? Wow. Wow, that is lovely. So I actually only use the tiniest product, and look how good that is. Okay, so that is the liquid shadow on. So this is in the shade Sand. I think it looks really pretty, and that is something I will definitely go and be picking up more of. Okay, so I am back. I've done a little bit off camera. So I have put on the La Belle lashes. So these are a UK indie brand, and these are in the style Denise. These are like a natural looking wispy lash, because I don't like lashes that are too OTT. And then I've just done a few things, like I've done my brows, I've done like some eyeliner, which I always use the Primark eyeliner like for under my lashes. I've used like a little Charlotte Tilbury mini as my mascara, and like a W7 eye pencil. So I've just used a few of these. Oh, and this Nip and Fab liquid eyeliner to do like a baby wing. This is really good, and it's actually quite cheap. Like, it's on sale quite a lot. I think I bought mine for about £3. Okay, so I did my bronzer off camera because I didn't pick one up, but I do know they do like bronzers and highlighter duos. But I use the Colourpop. So this is the bronzer. So it just looks like this, and I'm sure it's one of like, I bought a single pan and then bought like the compact to go with it. So I'm not actually sure what shade it is, sorry, but it's a lovely, like, it's more of a cool kind of colour. Do a blush now, and I can't even get this open. So this is the Sunkissed Monochromatic Blush Duo. So these are like the Cover FX blushes, just look like this. So this is in the shade Antelope Canyon. and it has like a brighter orange and then like more of a peachy ones, and I kind of want to do the really bright orange, so let's go with that. Okay, so I'm using like Dole Beauty brushes today because they had like a sale on, so I'm just like using these. I think these are synthetic as well, so wow, yeah, definitely went in with way too much there, so it's definitely pigmented. I'm just gonna have to buff that out now. Okay, so I've bumped out a little bit. I think the best thing to do if you're going too hard with your blush and you can't fix it, you can't blend it out, go over with your damp beauty blender or like makeup sponge with that's got like a little bit of your foundation on. It will like, you know, tone it down a little bit. So this is so pigmented that you only need like the tiniest bit. So I'm nervous about putting it on this cheek now. So you can just like tap it on and then swirl it. So this will be good for like a variety of skin types really, because it is so pigmented. So I definitely think next time I'm going to use the more shimmery one because it's just a little bit lighter. Okay, so I don't have a highlighter, so it's not exactly like a full face here. So I'm going to use like one of my Dole Beauty ones, and this is in the Make Them Stare highlighting palette. This is so good. So I'm just going to use this lighter shade here. I've made a, not a dent, but I've made a mark in this one because I've used it so much, but it's so glowy, it's really pretty. So I am actually going to take a little bit of that shade and I'm just going to put a little bit on my brow bone as well, because I like my brow bone and my inner corner to match my highlight. So I'm just going to put them there and on here as well. Okay, so we are nearly done. I've got 3 liquid lips. So I have got this shade here, which is called Rose Gold, which does not look rose gold at all. So I think this one's a little bit too dark for this look. So I've got these 2 shades here. I've got Deep Apricot and I have got Light Chestnut. So I think I'm going to go with this one, Light Chestnut. So that is the liquid lip on. So that is everything. With the foundation, I do feel like there are a few spots on my face where I'm looking a little bit dry, which I didn't think it said it was going to do. My forehead does look a little bit shiny though, can you see that? So I don't know how this works. I know I have got combo skin, but I don't know, looks a little bit weird. My nose is nice and matte though, so I'm really happy about that. The eyes, I think the eyes look so good, like the eyeshadow and that liquid eyeshadow I think look really good as well. So yeah, overall I think Focallure makeup is good makeup. I know some people are like not sure about it because it comes from China, but I think it is really good. So I am gonna do a check-in later. So like when I started this, I'm sure it was like about 11 o'clock and now it's like about 20 past 12. So that's how long it takes to do, you know, like stuff when you're on camera and you have to pause for breaks. So we'll say that the original check-in, or when the time I'd done my face, was like 11 o'clock. And I do like to get a good 7-8 hours in when I'm doing these foundation tests, because that's how long you'll be at work, you know, and you want to know if it's going to last throughout the day. So I am going to check back in later, so I will see you in a bit. Okay, so the time is just after 6 o'clock. So I've given the foundation about 7 hours of wear. So let's have a look at how my face is holding up. So there is more shine on my forehead, around the sides of my nose and on the chin. I was hoping it was gonna last a little bit longer. I mean, obviously I didn't wear like any kind of primer or a mattifying primer like I would normally do on a day-to-day basis, so I could do that next time and try that out and maybe put some more powder around here. Yeah, I mean, it's all in place. It just looks very shiny. Usually I get it like where it congeals or like all clusters around my nose, and it hasn't clustered. It just looks shiny. The liquid lipstick has actually held on as well, and I have had some food. I mean, it has started to come away a little bit, but not massively. Like, you could still get away with it, which is pretty good. Everything else has stayed in place, which has been great. Yeah, that's my video. I definitely recommend that you check out the Focallure website and then pick up a few bits. So I think it's really good makeup, and I will be back checking the website. Definitely my kind of star of the show was these liquid eyeshadows. I thought they were great, and I might be interested in picking out another blush because that was so pigmented. So thanks for watching today. Check out like the links and stuff that I'm going to leave in the description box, because I'll leave a link to the website and my previous Focallure videos. So thanks for watching, and I will see you again shortly. Bye.